Here's another video for the Control Techniques AOI for the Rockwell PLC. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on how to set up the PLC step by step. This video is from the point of the PLC, how to get it set up for the first time. So this would be a project that hasn't even been created yet, brand new project. As you can see here on the screen, I have RSLogix 5000 open. And for those who haven't seen the other videos, the PLC I'm using is a Compactlogix L32E. The first thing you need to do is come up to File, click New. At some point, the new controller window will open. You need to select the type. For me, it is a 1769-L32E, Compactlogix. The revision I need to select needs to be greater than 17. This AOI will not work in version 16 or older. Give your project a name. Give it a place to save the project and hit OK. Now that we have a project created, you will see the standard tree on the left side. The first thing we need to do is to load the AOI into our project. There are a couple ways of doing this. This video is going to show how to use the template for the Rockwell device. You might remember in the previous video this software called Connect. On the dashboard you'll see Setup. If you click on it, at the very bottom it says PLC Controlled Motion. You'll notice that there is this little question mark at the bottom that says Libraries and Documents. If you click on it, it will open this window. This window here is the location of all of the stuff you need for the Rockwell. If you double click on Rockwell, you'll see 4 folders. The document folder is a very important one, as it's going to give you all the detail you need about different AOIs that are available to you. Today we are going to use the position AOI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this path. I'm going to come over here to File, and I'm going to say Import New Routine. Now that the window has opened, I'm going to paste the location of where these files are located and hit Enter. The next thing, I'm going to go to AOI Routine Templates, and then I'm going to find the Position AMC template. Now that I've selected this template, I need to make sure that this is correct. It is set to routine, and I am going to put it in my main project. Hit Import. You should now see a window like this. What it's saying here is what operation do we want to do with this new routine called Position AMC_A1. We can create it or discard it. We can even rename it. For now, we're going to keep the name exactly the same, and I want the operation to be to create it, and hit OK. Now that we've added it to our project, you can see more information in our project. Under Tasks, you will see that we have our normal main routine, which is blank, has nothing in it, and then this new routine or subroutine, which is called Position AMC_A1. If we double click on it, we're going to see that there's a whole bunch of code here already, and this is because we loaded it as a template. At the bottom of this template, you're going to see the main block that does all of the work. So the next thing we need to do is we need to set up the network so that this block can talk to our drive. We're going to come over here, we're going to right click on our Ethernet port, click New Module, and we're going to search for generic. generic Ethernet module. After we have found it, we're going to double click on it. And another window is going to open up. So right here you can see where it says name. The name needs to be the same as what's in this block. A1_comms. The input code is 100. The output assembly code is 101. The configuration is 1. The size is 32, 0. The comms format is typed int, and the address here is the address of your drive. If I come back to connect, I can see my address of my drive is 192.168.2.102. And I hit OK. So now we have this new module here. I'm going to right click on it and go to Properties. Up here at the top you'll see that there is connections. Most of the time I set this to 100 milliseconds. It can be a bit faster, but the user needs to double check that the bandwidth is not exceeded on the network. The next step here is to go back up to our main routine, and we need our main routine to call this subroutine. To do that, I'm going to right click on this rung, select Add Ladder Element, and I'm going to type JSR, which is jump to subroutine. If I double click on it, this little box over here comes up, and I just double click on the name, and I will have the option to select my routine, which is position AMC_A1. All of the rest of these question marks are not needed. So the easiest way to get rid of them is just to double click on it and then click off. So the next step is to go online. To do that, you need to click this little button right here that says who's active. This little window should open up, and you're going to expand until you find your controller. So here's my controller. I'm going to hit the download button. So now we can see that we're online and there is a problem with the comms. We can click on connection and it says request timeout. Well, let's see what my settings are. Oh, I can see that this is the incorrect address. I put 192.168.1.102. My IP address should have been a 2.102. So let me go back offline. Go to Properties. Change this to a 2. Download. Now that we're connected and there are no errors, let's run the AOI to see that it actually works. So I'm going to double click on position AMC, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and we're going to look at this block briefly. You're going to see that some of these say CMD underscore and then some name. The CMD means command. If you see down here it says CFG, this is a configuration, and down here at the bottom it says STS, which is a status. So the first thing I need to do is enable the drive or turn the drive on. To do that, I'm going to double click on here and put a 1 here. You can see it says drive on right here. Now that I have the video on the left side, let's watch the motor right here turn. Okay. See, I can't move it by hand because it's on. I'm going to come over here and hit the jog forward. That's jog reverse. So this is it for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe or put a comment below.